guys, it's Todd and Maddie here back at you today with another podcast for Vitality, Nutrition, and Fitness. We realized that we hadn't done a video or a kind of step-by-step on our app and tutorials and kind of stuff like that. So we just kind of wanted to touch base and show you guys how the app works, show you what our different coaching plans have to offer, and yeah, stuff like that. Todd, want to start off our list for us?
Yeah, you bet. So obviously we have the app that's available on Android and Apple.
Yeah.
Um, Now the app, you can download it under two different, or actually there's three different options you can do. You can do month to month. You can do generalized month to month. You can do one-on-one month to month, which is personalized coaching with one of our coaches like Maddie or I. Or there's a self. Oh wait, no. Then there's a pay in full for the whole year, self-guided one. So there's technically three different ways that you can download the app. The big thing in the app right off the bat when you open it up is the home tab. It's where we store, the workouts, nutrition, and our activity. One thing you want to touch on some of the workouts, Maddie, that we can do in there?
Yeah, so we have a few different options in there. There's like a strength cycle that we have programmed in there. And then there's like a strength, a pump, and then a mobility, right? That's those three. And it kind of like cycles throughout the week. I want to say there's four days of each. Some of them kind of layer on top of each other. So maybe one day you'll have mobility and strength. Next day you'll just have a pump. The next day it'll be a pump and mobility. And then there's a built-in rest day in there too. So if you guys have like access to any weights at all, there's like good weight options. There's no equipment options on there. So really good for traveling. I recommend those when people work out like at hotel gyms and stuff. That would be probably my go-to if you're like in search of a workout. I mean, even paying the $19.99 for general coaching to track your macros and get daily workouts, I think is a steal. You don't find that many places. So
yeah,
it's a
definitely.
good feature
So
for
that
sure.
definitely gets utilized a lot. I know that. The nutrition tab would be next. That one, you obviously, depending on how you are working into the app, either you get a set amount of macros depending on what you put into your onboarding for when you download the app. And then if you're working with a coach, you'll get, really personalized macros there. And that's where you just log your food, the nutrition tab. Your food tells you exactly what, how much it weighs. So you weigh it out. It'll tell you how many carbs is in there, how many fats are in there, how much protein's in your food. That's where, we really, try to expect to see at least an 80-20 balance there of, hitting your macros 80% of the time, and 20%, maybe you didn't do so well, but 80-20 split is what we try to go for in that nutrition tab.
And the database is pretty like has a wide
huge.
variety too. There's a ton of different options for each food on there, which I know sometimes like a lot of apps they'll have this brand, but they don't have this and stuff like that. But our database seems to be pretty widespread, user friendly too. So
it is, yeah. And then, so after the nutrition will be an activities tab. It's like the water and step counters. I don't, what do you have, Maddie? Do you have a Whoop, like your activity tracker? Mm-hmm. And then do you have anything else, or is that just
I don't. I used to do it on an Apple Watch, but I don't. Yeah. I don't know where that went. I lost it.
Yeah. So I mean, it connects to the activity tracker, connects to like your Garmin's or your Fitbits and your Apple Watches or your Apple phones and stuff like that. So that's really huge, and it tracks your activity, your steps throughout the day, how many flights of stairs you may have taken.
Yeah.
Just a good reference point.
I think people kind of overlook that a lot too. It's like, oh, I did a 20-minute workout today, a 30-minute workout today. Okay, but then the rest of the day, what did you do? Like sit down all day, I think like people don't realize how important that extra movement is. So keeping track of those steps and stuff is crucial.
Yeah, definitely. I was actually talking to a friend this morning about the whoop, and he was looking at maybe trying to get the whoop, and I told him that it didn't have the step counter in it, and he's like, "Well, shit, that's kind of what I wanted."
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, "Ah, that's
Yeah.
why I wear my Garmin, so
Yeah,
I
I
know the
wish
step
mine
counter."
did.
Yeah,
And I did
it's
like
a
how the Apple Watch gave you that like stand goal. It's like, okay, you've been sitting
right.
down for a while, you should stand up. Because I would, like, I know in college a lot too, like sitting in classes, I would, if I got a notification like that, I'd be like, well, looks like I'm going to the bathroom or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Those are good to have. They're good references to have too.
Mm-hmm.
And then those are the three main tabs that you're gonna see on the app, and then you got more resources tab, you got log other workouts tab, and then you got download workouts in a shopping list. The more resources, I believe we have some kind of what do we have? We have like I think we have God dang it, ideas of what foods or
Oh,
what
yeah.
macros. I think those are in the more resources tab. Log other workouts. I just recently, a lady that I've been working with has actually been putting her workouts in there. So not a lot of people use it, but that's a new feature of the app, which is really cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, I just saw that too not too
Because
long ago.
usually I would have people put it in like how you can put like where it asks you the RPE of the
Oh
workout, how
yeah,
there's like a little comment section. I would just
yep.
say like if you happen to do another workout that's separate from the vitality one, just put it in the little comment section. So that's actually
Okay.
really good to know.
Yeah. And then yeah, there's a download workouts one, but I have tried to play with that and I have no idea what that does. Like I
Huh.
couldn't find the workout anywhere because I was looking through all my files on my
Does it
phone.
just download, yeah, like a PDF of whatever the
That's
workout
what I'm
is or
wondering, and maybe I just couldn't find it. I don't
huh,
know. I'll have to look into that. But and then there's a
interesting.
shopping list, just like an example of what a your shopping list could look like
Yeah, that's
potentially.
smart.
And then so that's your home tab right there. There's four different tabs. We'll go to the messaging tab. You want to go into detail on that?
Yeah, the chat feature is super helpful. I know Todd is really big on that. I use it a lot for one-on-one clients especially. So the one-on-one coaching, you get technically, I guess I wouldn't say 24/7 access, but you can chat 24/7. Maybe we just don't respond, 24/7.
Right.
But they have the ability to send chats whenever. So I that's super helpful. I do all of my messaging with clients through the app. Just it saves it all in there too and saves all your past messages. But we
Yep.
send out quite a few reminders of just kind of like nutrition tips. So last week I sent one about like prioritizing whole foods and making sure like, yeah, are you filling your macros just in with this, I don't know, Slim Jim because it fits in my macros, but like what could you be eating that's actually going to benefit you more than just filling in your macros.
Right.
So we send quite a few messages on there. Todd's really good about it too. He sends one out every week,
Yeah, one bulk message
right?
every Friday. Yep.
Yeah, bulk message every week. So yeah, that is just a good place. I think it's kind of like our Instagram feed, like an Instagram story, kind of like that same thing.
There you
Like,
go.
hey, remember, like just a quick reminder.
Yep.
But yeah, we use that chat feature a lot.
Yeah, I like it too, just because it keeps a record of like what we said,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes you get
Uh-huh.
clients mixed up, and you're like, oh shoot, what did we do last week with her, right? So go back and
And it's
listen to
all
it,
in
go back
one
and check
place.
it out.
It's not like you track your macros somewhere else, track your workout somewhere else, and then have to message
Right,
your coach, like call them or text them over their phone number. It's like it's all just in one condensed spot.
right. You bet. Yeah, and then there's also a video chat message, I believe. I didn't see it. I think your coach has to set it up, or you
Yeah,
might
I
be able
think
to set it up. Is it a
set up
coach
like a
led set it up?
live
Yeah,
live chat or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's that too. I've never used it. Just I use like an audio chat sometimes, but
Same. Yeah,
otherwise
I've
it's
never
just
used it
messages.
either.
Yeah. So the third tab would be the progress tab. That's where you do your check-ins, which is huge. So weekly check-ins is what we require, especially for our one-on-one clients.
Mm-hmm.
But it's open to everybody. It's open to up 2 days out of the week, Friday, Saturday. You get in your check-ins in that week. You do measurements, you do weigh-ins. Sometimes your coach will ask you questions like, how did you sleep or what was your stress level? this week or something like that. But there's stuff in there for the check-ins, for your progress anyway. I mean, check-ins there. You got measurements, questions I went over, and then exercise progressions. It kind of just keeps track of your metrics, what your waistline is,
Yeah.
throughout the whole month or whatever. It does that. That really helps. And then
Our
the
end is pretty
trends.
cool too with that
Yeah,
part. I love how our end looks because it tracks it like a bar graph. So it's
yeah,
super cool it's easy to like see, okay, you grew a lot this week and then we kind of plateaued. Like what can we do to
right.
get you back on that linear track? Um,
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
yeah. Like the trends part. I think that's the
Hmm.
last part of this was the trends, and it like shows your workouts,
Yeah.
like what percentage you hit workouts that week, what percentage you hit your nutrition and your steps and your
Yeah, your
move energy.
compliance.
Yeah, that one really helps me out during the week just to see,
Me too.
what percentage they got
And when we
for
do
that
like
week.
client shout outs and stuff, on Saturdays, I think, is that the day we post client shout
Yeah,
outs? That's, I know what Scotty goes in and we'll look at, okay, I'm going to look at this client's trend and who has the highest trend for the week or whatever, the month. And
yeah,
a lot of that stuff we kind of base off of like social media, or we use it for reference on social media a lot.
yeah. Yeah, I would say, that trends and well, I use the trends quite a bit just for check-ins.
Hmm.
And then I also just go back and look at food logs a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
But those are the two main things I look at. Obviously, the progress is huge for the client.
I think the pictures are awesome because it's like, okay, even though the weight isn't moving, or this weight on the scale isn't moving, or it is, or it's gone up or something, it's like,
Right.
okay, but you can look at your picture and maybe your weight stayed the same, but you look like you have more muscle mass and you're leaner. So
Yeah,
your
that's
body fat's gone down.
100% correct. I didn't talk about the pictures for the check-ins, but that's one thing that you do is take pictures.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's huge. That's definitely huge.
Super
And then,
helpful.
sometimes for the clients that are local, we can get in-body scans done on them, which helps a lot too,
Yeah, for
um,
sure.
alongside all the other metrics that we track for progress.
Yeah.
And then lastly is the account details. So that's just your personal information, everything about the app that you have in there
And it's
going
all,
on.
you can edit it anytime, right?
You can, yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's a month to month thing. If you want to, cancel 1 month, the next month you can. Yeah,
Yeah.
not locked in.
But you should be,
Should
unless
be
you get a year.
exactly. Do that. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
That is it.
That was everything.
That was everything.
Awesome. Well, I hope this was helpful to you guys on kind of the app navigation aspect of things. If you do have any questions, I know that we've posted a few Facebook videos in our private Facebook group. So if you guys want access to that, just let us know, and we post some frequently asked questions and stuff like that on there. So hopefully this was helpful, and Eric will be back with us next week. So we'll get back with you guys next week. And if you have any recommendations for podcasts you want to hear, comment them down below.
Sounds good. Thanks, Maddie.
Yeah, thanks, Todd. Bye.
Later.